Hi guys, I would like to introduce Ben to help me with my presentation.
On my beer. So copper, it's a very interesting element. I can tell you a little bit about it.
I'm going to, as we have someone a little more qualified to do the job.
I'm going to talk about copper.
No, not him, me! Without further ado, I'd like to talk a little more about copper. Copper, as you know, is a reddish orange, and as you probably didn't know, was originally found in 9000 BC. Also known as cuprum, meaning cypress, was originally found in Iraq. Copper has an atomic weight of 63.5, an atomic number of 29, a melting point of roundabouts 1000 degrees Celsius, and a boiling point of roundabouts 3000 degrees Celsius. Also, it's about 9 grams per centimetres cubed in density. Period 4. Group 11. Block D. Electron configuration AR3D10 4S1. Copper has a very high thermal and electrical conductivity. This makes it very good for use in cooking pans and in wires. Highly malleable, ductile and soft. Copper is one of only 4 metals that has a colour other than silver or grey. It has a low reactivity and forms +1 or +2 ions. One of the uses for copper is in the Statue of Liberty, which has a characteristic green tinge. Uses for copper include wiring, roofing at Oxford University and plumbing due to its inert and malleable nature. In the antique ages, copper was used as a currency due to its relative high worth as compared with iron. 5,000 years ago, it was discovered that copper, which is relatively soft, can be mixed with other elements to make alloys. Some examples of these alloys are zinc, brass and cupronickel. Cupronickel in particular is highly resistant to seawater. Compounds of copper are commonly encountered as copper 2 salts, which often impart blue or green colours to minerals. Because of this, they have been widely used historically as pigments. Copper is essential to all living organisms as trace dietary material because it is a key constituent in the respiratory enzyme complex cytochrome C oxidase. Copper is a key constituent in the blood complex hemocyanin, which is replaced by the iron complex hemoglobin in fish and other vertebrates such as humans. The main regions where copper is found in humans is in liver, muscle and bone. Most substances are used as bacteriostatic substances. They work by stopping bacteria from reproducing. This is blood from a horseshoe crab. Horseshoe crabs have a blue tinge to their blood. This is because it's copper based. The blood gels when it comes into contact with bacteria or endotoxins. This will most commonly happen when the horseshoe crab is cut. The copper-based horseshoe crab blood is used all around the world in medicine because ambocytes from the blood are used to make tests for bacteria and used in vaccinations. Copper can be extracted from its ore by heating it with carbon. Impure copper is purified by electrolysis, in which the anode is where the impure copper goes and the cathode is where the pure copper goes. The electrolyte used is copper sulfate solution. One test for copper ions involves using potassium ferrocyanide, which gives a brown participate with copper 2 salts. It has been used in suicide attempts. This is because quantities over 30 milligrams per kilogram have been found to be very toxic. The temperature shift catalyst is based on copper. The LTS is to reduce carbon monoxide content in the reformate, which is especially important in the ammonia production for high yield of hydrogen. The disadvantage, however, to using the LTS catalyst is that copper is very sensitive to sulfide poisoning. The main purpose of the waste gas shift reaction is to produce hydrogen. This is the balanced equation for the waste gas shift reaction. Thank you for watching. And here are some of my sources.